welcome to this new episode of the Video Game Choo Choo podcast. It feels like it's been so long since the last episode, but really, we recorded that little video up on the site. I don't know. Well,
and a podcast.
It's been a while.
We did a podcast last week.
We did do a podcast. Shit. God, it still feels like it's been a long time.
Mm-hmm. It's been a long time for me.
It has been, but before we get too far into that, let's introduce ourselves. I'm John, as you well know. This week we have Michael.
Howdy.
And Austin.
Hey, y'all.
So we can talk about E3, and Ryan.
Hello, folks. I'm here.
Who is here to round out the cast.
Yep,
now,
that's me. They call me the Rounder.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm always around.
I always tell you, 25.2, and you're like, 25. And I'm like, oh shit, the Rounder's here.
That's me.
Hey, Ryan.
Uh-huh.
Will you be my roundabout?
The words... Okay, you know what? Yes. For the lack of me remembering the lyrics to the song off the top of my head, I will just answer that question with a solid, yes, Austin, I will be your roundabout.
Beautiful.
See, the joke there is that the band is called Yes.
Yes.
So we made a joke anyway. Good going, yay!
Yeah, it was a real good one.
You know, before we started recording this podcast, I said I'd eaten an entire pizza and I felt pretty unstoppable, but after that, I think I just felt something in my bowels, sink like a stone. So
It's called shame.
You're welcome, friend.
It's that joke. That joke is what did it, not any food that you ate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, folks, E3 has come to a close. It feels like only yesterday, but it also feels like it was so long ago.
It was a week ago by the time this goes up.
Yeah,
it was. Jeez.
It feels like a week ago at the time we're fucking recording this.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wait, no, it would be 2 weeks by the time this comes out.
No. Well, 2 weeks from the start, but only a week since we have returned. Physically to our hometowns.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's how time passes.
Okay, yeah. I thought you meant E3 the show, not our time in Cali. But yeah, it's been a week since we've been in California. It's been a week since the beginning of E3. But yeah, we're home. I think I've just now got rested enough from that excursion. Mostly because I went right back to work. But
see, I had a 4-day weekend before I went back to work.
Yeah, jeez, thanks. But we recorded a podcast that was kind of supposed to be the E3 wrap-up, but that got lost because the thing that we were recording on, I didn't look at it, and it crashed. It stopped recording halfway through. So we're just gonna, real quick, the three folks that went to E3 are gonna run down our favorite things that we saw, and then we're gonna catch up with Ryan, who pretty much ran things with Niall from the home base.
Oh yeah.
So this will be our quick E3 wrap up. We're not gonna this is gonna be a regular episode. We're just not gonna really go too in depth on games that we played recently because I don't know, there wasn't too much. But Michael, how about we start with you?
Howdy there,
Michael. How was E3 for you in general, and what were the things that you liked playing the most?
How was E3 in general? Well, when I wasn't being vomited on, when a Chinese man wasn't trying to open the emergency door, when there weren't multiple puppies on the plane, two different plane rides, two different puppies, when the lady next to me wasn't turning on her phone off of airplane mode before we had landed, when I wasn't sitting on a tarmac watching a maintenance man attempt to close an overhead bin that had already been closed, and when I hadn't landed in LA and literally sat there rocking back and forth because the plane didn't have a place to actually pull up and unload at, when I wasn't doing those things, it was okay.
Sounds like you had a rough trip, but a good experience once you were there.
It was alright. I didn't realize I had been vomited on until I had been, I thought it was water, because it was real watery. I was like, what is this? And then And then, like, someone waved down the flight attendant and was like, "Yo, he vomited." And I'm just like,
When did that happen? Was that on the way there or the way home?
that was the way there.
I don't remember you mentioning that.
It was a whirlwind of a time. So
You put it out of your mind.
I mean, this was before the elderly Chinese man tried to open the emergency door, so that took precedence in my mind of, oh, that man's going to lift that handle and I'm going to die. Like, that was number one. And then being vomited on.
Also, as soon as you landed, Mike Kazumano strapped a 40 to your hand, so that probably made you forget a lot of things.
Yeah, In and Out was shoved in my face, and then a 40 was strapped to my hand. Mm-hmm. Within an hour of being at his house.
And then he was just like, "Oh, I'm tired. I'm going to bed."
Yeah, that was great. That was a good feeling.
Mm-hmm. Classic motherfucker, Mike.
But real quick, why don't you tell us a couple of your highlights game-wise from the show?
Sure. I think we went over quite a few of these in the first podcast, but I saw even more. Vigi games. I liked Gwent.
Ooh.
I think I went over most of that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Gwent was really cool. I want to play more than that. Ryan will like this. The console version of Prison Architect
Is it good?
It looked amazing.
Really amazing.
Amazing.
Wow. That's high praise.
Did you it was like Civilization to Civilization Revolution, like that kind of transition where and I want to but the gameplay isn't like different. So it's still the same game, but
I figured I didn't think they would change that much over for the console port, but for what you're saying, they did change
a lot of UI,
yeah.
a lot of controllability, like a lot of that's changed, and it looked good.
Huh.
It looked good.
Interesting. All right.
Let's see. Go through all these notes. Boy, I am mixed on a lot of these games.
Oh yeah,
mixed bag.
Yeah, Steep looked okay, I guess. Lawbreakers looked okay, I guess. Tooth and Tails.
I really didn't like Lawbreakers. Ugh.
Yeah, Tooth and Tails. We saw that at the Media Indie Exchange.
What is that? I've never heard of it.
I don't think it's out yet. It's the best way to describe it. It's like a combination of Age of Empires and StarCraft.
Okay.
Where you have a farm, and there are points around the map where you can go capture more farms, and all you have are farms, and that's your currency / food. And then you build little, essentially barracks, but each barracks is a different unit, and they will spawn if you have food. And they cost food, and then the farms will run out, and you have to replant them and expand to get more money. And then they just spawn little minions that run around and follow your hero character, which is really just a rally flag. That's about it. And then you go and kill the enemy. But the sort of twist that they give to it, in addition to it looking really cool, is at the beginning, before you even start, the units you choose is like choosing a deck. So there'll be I think there's 5 or 6 slots, and each one of them is a tier, and each tier costs more money but is more powerful. So you can customize, I'm going to be real heavy tier 1 and have some other later tier stuff for protection, but I'm going to be tier 1 all the way, cheap and quick. Or you can kind of be balanced, or you can be late game heavy, however you want.
Sure.
So that looked neat. That was I want to say the music of that is from the Monaco dude, who's also the guy who did Journey. I'm probably mixing things up.
That
maybe.
Sounds right.
I think the guy who made it is the guy from Monaco, and the guy who did the music is the guy from Journey.
Is the guy from Journey?
Yeah,
Yes.
okay, that sounds right.
Cool.
That was called Tooth and Tail. That was pretty cool.
Neat.
What else? I think Ghost Recon Wildlands looks neat, but it just looks like multiplayer Far Cry.
Sure.
Which isn't a bad thing. And if they do that correctly with that huge map, I think that'll be great, but I want to see more.
Yeah. I want to see how it plays in single player.
I got to play with PSVR and Oculus Touch. I think that stuff works, but I think what everyone's been saying of there need to be more in-depth experiences totally stands.
Yeah.
Because even after playing the 2 things I did, I was just like, okay, then I'm done with that. I don't want to play that anymore. Loot Rascals was a game that I saw. It's an indie game. I saw it on PS4. I don't know if it's coming to anything else. It's a hexagonal grid, and every time you move to a new hexagon, it takes a turn. And it has a day-night cycle. And those day-night cycles will tell you, like, 6 turns, it'll turn to night. 6 turns, it'll turn to day. And as you explore, you find monsters. And each monster will have a blue or a red arrow above them. And if it's a blue arrow, you hit them first. And if it's a red arrow, they hit you first. And those arrows will switch depending on the time of day. Each monster acts differently, so some will run away from you, some will come right after you, some only come after you if you're within a certain vicinity of them, some will lob little mortars at you, so you can't move to that square, so that'll actually kind of box you in. And the key to all of it is you collect loot, and this loot goes into one of 10 slots that you have, and they're numbered, and the loot will increase your stats, but some of this loot will... some of the loot will say odd number +2. So if you put it in an odd number slot, it'll give you +2 to that attribute.
Okay.
Or to an attribute. Or some will say +1 to one above it. So that means you want to put it on the bottom row so that whatever's above it gets a boost.
Sure.
So the further you go along, you go from having 2 of these things, you're like, oh cool, I get bonus to having a bunch. And you're like, oh well, I can put this here, but that moves this down. Where do I put this? And then eventually you're trying to get rid of stuff, and there are abilities to heal and cast fire, so that if you feel like you're going to die, you can throw fire at a guy. It looked really neat. That I was surprised I had to get an appointment for that, because it was just an indie game. But when the guy was like, "Oh, do you want an appointment?" I was like, "Yes," because that tells me I should probably see this.
Yeah,
but it was really neat.
Cool.
And then the last thing. We saw Civ 6, and I heard people got to play it. I wish I'd gotten to play it.
Yeah,
and
I wish you had gotten to play it too, honestly.
Yeah, we saw a theater demo, but the last thing would be Telltale Batman.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Which I thought was... I like Tales from the Borderlands, but Telltale games are real iffy for me. Part of it is I really want to dive deep into their universes, and sometimes they don't do that well, in my opinion. The writing can be really good and also not great. And then, of course, there are a bunch of technical issues. But what I saw of Batman, Telltale's Batman, was exactly what they should do. Focusing on the duality of Batman and Bruce Wayne. They specifically mentioning that you can handle some situations as either Batman or Bruce Wayne.
Interesting.
Yeah. They showed the 2 scenes they showed was combat with Batman, and he fought some goons and then fought Catwoman, and then Bruce Wayne at a swanky party where Harvey Dent's running for mayor, and then Falcone comes in, and you have to talk with Falcone, and you can shake his hand in front of a reporter, and she'll remember that. Or don't, and she'll remember that. Go in the back room and cut a deal with him, or don't, and be real shitty to him. And that seemingly will affect Batman's life. And Batman's choices will affect Bruce Wayne's life. So I think, to my knowledge, it's the only time a game has really tried to focus on Bruce Wayne as well as Batman. The movies have done that plenty, but the video games haven't.
Yeah.
And Telltale is certainly the structure to do that. So that would kind of fill the gaps between, hitting X and up to beat some fucking goon up, and then calming down with, Batman. So also their meeting room was even better than some of the booths on the floor.
Yeah, absolutely.
They had a nice bar. Which, when I went up there, the orange juice was bad, and the bartender drank it, so felt bad for him. They had a really nice bar, and the way you entered the next part where you got to see the game was through a clock that slid to the right.
That's cool.
And then when you entered, you were sitting in a theater, a little mini theater room, and then the actual screen was the Bat computer.
That's really neat.
That was really, really neat.
Yeah.
That's about it. As in terms of games, that's about it. In-N-Out was great. Jack in the Box can go screw itself.
Yeah, why'd you go to Jack in the Box?
Those nugs.
Jack
There's
in the
no
Box
reason.
Blows big chunks.
It was terrible.
I love Jack in the Box nuggets. I don't care.
We could have gone to Burger King for nuggets.
Why would you go to Burger King either?
Because they're nearby.
fries.
It's nearby.
You go to Burger King for nothing. Their French fries, maybe, or their hot mac and Cheetos. But anyway,
Shake Shack was pretty good.
Yes, it was.
The Denny's and the IHOP sucked.
Were mainstays, unfortunately.
They sucked.
Denny's. Oh,
The food at the Devolver booth, pretty premium.
really?
Yeah, it was like a
Primo.
what was it? It was like hot links or sausage in a tortilla with like, and you could put mustard or hot sauce on it. It was perfect.
Nice. All that Hotline Miami money throwing some weight around.
It was really good.
Yep.
It was really nice to go over there on, what day did I go? Like Thursday, like middle of the day before any of my appointments, and just like sit down and like just sit down, eat and drink a beer. Like, okay.
Yeah,
I understand E3 now. When you're not doing anything, don't do anything.
Yeah.
That was
Take
about
a
it.
fucking break. Yeah, no, good. Glad to hear that you had fun. This is
It was weird.
I'm happy that you came.
E3's a weird thing.
Sure. Yeah. I hope I can go with y'all next year if E3 is even still a thing by next year, but we'll see.
They have like 2 or 3 more years on that lease, so
Yeah.
There's gonna be something there.
just
Probably gonna have to.
one big naughty America booth.
Hell yeah.
In the Doritos arcade, and that's it.
Speaking of naughty America, Austin,
Hey!
how are you doing?
Well, since you mentioned Naughty American, I'm doing way better.
Yeah. No. So, how was E3 for you?
It was very exhausting. It was a whole lot of fun. Wow, that gets tiring.
Oh yeah,
I could have gone like another 2 days. I could have done it.
Fuck you.
I could have drank more. That was like baseline. I did everything I wanted. Like, I could have kept going.
I mean, I didn't get to play Zelda. I would have, if I had an extra day where I could have just spent the 4 hours in line to play Zelda. Yeah, sure, I would have done it.
That would have been no. You should have no. I would not have let you done that.
Me either. I would have been like, bad idea.
Was it worth waiting in line at Atlas?
No, it wasn't.
Okay, there you go.
Oh, we need to tell that story.
Yeah, Atlas, sure. John and I stood...
You want to tell it, or?
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
Okay,
sure.
go for it.
You brought it up. We stood in line at the Atlas
I do want
booth.
to tell it.
Yeah, see, I do want to tell you. We stood in line at the Atlas booth for, I don't know, probably 45 minutes, maybe?
Which happens,
Just to get
Sure.
a little piece of paper that says, come back at 3:30, which was about 45 minutes from when we got the piece of paper. So we went and fucked off for a while, came back at 3:30. Then we had to wait another good, 15 minutes just to get into the booth, despite having a 3:30 appointment. Then once we were in the booth, they had 40 people crammed into it, and it was a 15 to 20 person space.
Yeah,
and they were showing
to put it in perspective. It's kind of hard to, in a non-visual way, explain what that booth looked like.
It was a sandwich.
But,
It was a sandwich. There's 2 walls on one side, and the other 2 sides were empty. But once they were blocking those sides off to relegate who got in and who got out. And there's there's
not
5
only
stations for games.
Not only that, but I don't know. If you look up pictures from E3, you might see the Atlas booth or just a booth of a similar size, just a standard size booth. They cut that in half to put a stage down for Persona 5 stuff.
Yeah.
And there was barely anything ever on that stage. And then they crammed everything in a small area, so walking room was a fourth of that booth, and then they just crammed everyone in there. It was awful.
Yeah, that stage, 90% of the time, that stage was just showing trailers. And then for the 3 things that they had, where they were we're going to show a Persona 5 demo or whatever, it was used for something real. But that stage was totally unnecessary.
I mean, a lot of people go to E3 and just stand there and stare at trailers.
I mean, I stood there and stared at the Persona 5 demonstration, and that was actually that game looks really good. That
Yeah.
looks like a good direction for the Persona series to be going.
But still,
we got into the booth. They had
Don't wait in line. This is your
7
lesson. Don't
games.
wait in line.
Yeah, each fucking kiosk in the booth we had to wait in line, but you couldn't tell where the lines were because it was just a mass of just a cluster of bodies. They had I think 7 games playable. We played King of Fighters against each other. That was King of Fighters. That game.
hell yeah, that game seems really good.
It's King of Fighters, yeah. Yakuza 0. That seems really, really good.
I'm excited
those
for
two
that
games
game.
were our overlap. We both played King of Fighters and we both played Yakuza,
Yes.
and both of those games look really, really good.
Cool.
Yeah. The other 2 games I played were both JRPGs for the 3DS, which don't demo super well. They both seem like they're probably going to be all right.
Sure.
You played that Hatsune Miku game.
Yeah, if we're gonna talk about the Atlas booth, the thing is though is that you had to play 4 of the games and get stamps on them to get the Morgana hat. And I remember when I walked up there, I was just like, "Oh hell yeah, I want to get that fucking hat." By the time I was like halfway through that booth, which was like 45 minutes in, and not like halfway through the line, I mean like when I was inside of that booth and I was just so crammed in there I could barely move, I was like, I don't even want this fucking hat. Please let me out. But I just kept like accidentally getting in lines because people were just kind of shoving me into places, and I was like, well, I guess I'm gonna play this Miku game now. And then I did, and then I guess I got enough stamps for the hat, and I have the hat, but I'm not proud of it because
It's a nice hat. I mean,
yeah, it is. It's a nice hat.
Oh, it looks real good when you're trying to like go hang out with professionals at night and you're wearing a cat hat.
Oh, for sure.
Hey, guess what? I looked adorable. Fuck you. Okay.
I was almost going to just walk out the booth and not get the hat after I'd played Yakuza, but then I saw the hat. So I saw somebody wearing it, and I was like, well, I don't really want to wear that, but I have a friend who I think would want it, so I got it. I gave it to her. She seemed to like it.
Did you?
Cool.
What other games did you play and actually like at E3?
So
Yeah. Talk about things you like,
yeah,
Austin.
that's not good. We don't need to go over every game.
hey, you brought up the Atlas booth.
I know. It's a good story.
It is a good story. I played Let It Die, the new Suda joint, free to play thing. Which again, you played that as well, John.
Yes, I did.
The game's really cool. It's very Dark Souls-esque, but with a kind of a first-person shooter style inventory, where like you don't seem to have too much of an inventory. It just kind of goes into like a few weapon slots that you can switch between. That game seemed cool. Weirdly enough, the lock-on, like your character will always be facing the enemy you're locked onto, but the camera doesn't face them. You still have to manually control the camera. I thought that was weird. I would kind of like them to change that. But yeah, it has the personality of a Suda game, so yeah.
The skeleton calls you
cool.
senpai.
Yeah,
You too sweeted that skeleton.
I did. There was this skeleton cosplayer, and I thought that maybe they might know what a too sweet is
Nope.
because and no.
No, they were very, very confused at the shape of your hand.
I still managed to do it though.
Yeah, I feel like if Suda was there, he would have too sweeted me without even flinching. Like
Oh my
that,
God.
because that man knows his wrestling.
He would have just
for
like
sure.
it would have been a physical reaction. It would have been like hitting someone in the knee. He would have just automatically done it. He wouldn't even turned his head. It would have just happened.
Reflex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that game is
anything
that game is cool.
else, Austin?
We played video ball at the Mix, the Media
Yes,
Indie
we
Exchange, against Tim Rogers and one of the other Action Button people. That game seems like a real cool party game.
It's super simple. It's a one button and one stick game where you roll your little triangle around and then you fire like squares at a ball and try to get the ball into the goal, and that's all it is. It's extremely basic, and the longer you hold the button down, the bigger your shot will be.
Huh, that sounds familiar.
There's a lot of like additional like minor rules to it, or subtle rules, I guess, because they're not minor, they make a big difference. Like one of the weaker shots doesn't disappear when it hits something, so it can keep hitting things, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So it's, there's some depth to it. It seems very Rocket League-esque in that regard.
I think some people would call it Windjammers, like.
Some people would call it that.
It doesn't play like Windjammers, okay. Honestly.
Yeah, it's way slower than Windjammers. Windjammers is like a fucking 60-mile-per-hour game.
Yeah. Absolutely not.
Other things, I played Tales of Berseria at the Namco booth, which was not...
You really liked that.
It was not in English. There was a PR guy there just to tell me what I'm supposed to do in the demo. I really liked it. They took the combat from those games, which has always been kind of the highlight of those games, and took it in the exact direction that I've been wanting them to take it for the past few installments. And I'm really excited about that. It plays really well, and looking forward to that anime titty game in early 2017.
Yes.
Also at the Namco Bandai booth, there was a smaller indie type game that I guess they're publishing called Necropolis, which is another Dark Souls-esque game, but a lot faster. Very focused on kind of quick combos in the combat, and there's a lot of charge attacks and stuff. And it's a roguelike Dark Souls-esque game, which, despite the popularity of Dark Souls-likes and roguelikes, I don't think I've ever seen those two things put together in this regard.
Sure.
Yeah, it played pretty well. There was some slowdown, but it's not out yet, so... and then the last thing that I kind of wanted to talk about was Tekken 7. Because we played that against each other, John. That game is fucking rad.
You've taken all of the friggin' games that I was going to talk about. I have nothing to talk about now.
Maybe that's for the best.
I guess so.
That game rules.
That is true.
It plays really well. I mean, it's Tekken. Of course it plays well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
One last thing I would like to bring up, since I didn't get to bring it up because of our podcast getting ruined. When I played Final Fantasy 15 demo, halfway through the demo, Noctis, the player character, disappeared. I could not finish the demo, which was a bummer because I was having a good time. That demo showed so poorly at the Microsoft press conference, but it played really well. I was having a great time, and then the character disappeared.
The game sucks.
When you say he disappeared, did he just turn around, look at the camera and be like, "Well, this has been fun."
I tried to keep playing.
Just walk. The whole game freezes, and he directly addresses the camera.
He's
and walks out of frame.
I heard in the VR
and picks
demo,
up
I
again.
get to look at that lady's shirt some, so I'm gonna go do that.
See you later, everyone. I want to go look at some boobs.
Like a Beetlejuice kind of situation where he just turns around and directly addresses you.
John was watching me play that demo. He saw this happen. And
it's pre-release, man.
I know. I'm not saying that game is broken, but that demo is broken. But that's to be expected.
I mean, it's still pre-release software. You have to take all that with a grain of salt. I forget what game it was, but I was watching someone play it, and there was 2 stations of it, and on the right, the guy was shooting 1,000 things at once, and it didn't look like a great game. But he was shooting a bunch of stuff, and there's a lot happening on screen, but the guy on the left was just trying to pick up an item, and it was going at 2 frames a second. It's boy.
That might have been Shadow Warrior 2, because I played that, and that went about 2 frames per second at one point.
It might have been. Yeah. So, in my head, it looked like a Shadow Warrior 2. But the guy on the left was just kind of glancing over to the guy on the right, and was every now and again, you'd see his eyes dart over, and he's just I bet he wish he played that build.
Yeah, I had that exact same experience, basically. Which was a bummer, because that game seemed pretty fun until it went 2 frames per second. But again, I'm not holding that against it.
Yeah.
If
happens.
if that frame rate drop happens when it fully releases, then yeah, fuck that game. But yeah, that's
All right.
that was most of my experience. I played the Deus Ex demo. That game kind of seems like it's maybe not going to be great, but I've had that sneaking suspicion for a while.
All right, so yeah, we should move on from bad games. Yeah, I don't really have much else to talk about since I was with y'all mostly when we were seeing games. The only game that I don't think I talked about previously that I because I talked about like what I saw at the conferences, and I definitely talk about Dead Rising.
Yeah.
That Dead Rising baby.
Hell.
But the only other game that none of y'all played was A Night in the Woods.
Yes, you did play
Oh
that.
yeah.
And
Because I
really
remember
liked what I played
specifically
of that.
asking you about it.
Yeah. So that game is this is gonna sound really weird. It's a side-scrolling platformer in a sense, but you play as this little cat. I think you're supposed to be around like 20-something years old in human years. I mean, they don't make like cat years jokes or anything. It's more just like they are. I don't know if the term would be anthro because they're not like human-esque, but
Let's not
they're,
talk
they're...
about furries in Anthro.
Okay, fine.
Please.
I'm sorry.
Please.
Please talk about furries, John.
Okay.
Fuck.
Shh. Listen. You're a cat man.
Cat person, yeah.
Yeah, cat person. And
That sounds pretty anthro.
Yeah.
Shh. Jesus. And it's just you going through your day, and I don't really know exactly where it goes because I didn't really want to spoil myself, and B, I got a little bit into the demo, and Shuhei Yoshida came up behind me, and I got really nervous because I didn't want him to watch me fuck up that game. So, I really liked what I played. The dialogue is pretty on par. Like it's not Life is Strange levels of making teens sound like fucking idiots or like they came from space and just watched a bunch of 90210. The characters in that game talk like people I actually know. Because I'm still in my early 20s, those characters are in their early 20s. That game, I feel like, properly represents people my age. Mm-hmm. And I just love the art style. It kind of reminds me of like a simpler Richard Scarry kind of deal.
Yeah.
I don't know,
Yeah.
like it's not exactly that because Richard Scarry is a bit more detailed, but it has that same feel.
It's
like
very
the big eyes
very
and...
like angular shapes and animal people
Yes.
and that kind of thing. So.
Yes. But I don't know. It's just going around talking to people, discovering things. But there are also little mini games. Like the one mini game that I started playing when Shuhei Yoshida came up behind me and I started to fuck it up a little bit there was a little like rock band kind of thing where you just had to press buttons on the face buttons to a bass guitar beat when you're practicing in your band with your friends. So, I hope there's a lot of those little, gimmicky moments, in a way. But at the same time, I also hope that there is a lot of the little just walking around talking to people, because I just think that's really well done.
Yeah.
I'm excited to play that game.
It seems to me, from what I've seen of that game, it's very, like you said, like that kind of aiming to capture that experience of being a person, like, in your 20s with, like, that kind of stuff. So that's kind of why I'm interested in it. But I don't know. I'm glad that it's not terrible. So
Yeah, early 20s. What a great experience.
yeah,
What a challenge.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, my E3, just to run through real quick, and then we'll get to you, Ryan.
Sure.
My E3 was really good. I mean, I was just really happy to be with everyone, and I was so proud of everyone working at home. Like, just being able to check in on the Slack and seeing everyone be like, well, that went well. That just lifted my spirits. I was like, yes, things are going well.
You and me both, buddy. So
Yeah. But yeah, no, I'm always, despite what I claim 99% of the time, I was so happy to hang out with Mike Kazamano, and, it was a great experience all around. Yeah, I'm dreading going next year though, but I'm sure by next year I'll be more excited. But right now I'm just like, oh, I don't want to do another one of those. But I'm sure I'll be up to it by then.
Yeah.
But Ryan,
Hey.
how about real quick, you tell us how it was from home base?
Well, it was pretty good, actually. Last year's E3 was my first time writing for the website, like being on staff and being exposed to everybody, and that was a chaotic experience of quite some length. And
Yeah, it was.
yeah,
That was fun.
we actually had I think 3 more people last year than we did this year, or maybe 2 more people last year than we did this year.
We had 6 last year, and I technically wasn't really that available during it.
We had 6 last year and 4 to 5 this year at any given time, and right, that's right, because we had. Hold on, let me do the math.
It's fine, Ryan.
It was,
Please.
no,
We do not need accurate head counts.
The point I'm trying to take a stab at here is that
We had less people this year.
less people, but it went much more smoothly. Niall and I were sort of in charge of everything on this end, and I think everything went fairly well. None of the conferences watching the live streams seemed quite as off the rails as some of the ones last year, which I thought was interesting. Like EA was just kind of boring. Ubisoft was Ubisoft, except they didn't talk about memes this year. So, it was fine. It was fine. And I didn't get quite the in-depth experience that y'all did with the games, since the only thing we got to see of them was what was being streamed on the broadcast. But, it was a good experience. I think we managed to pull together as a site for those of us that were here and really get the best coverage that we could out there. So, yeah, I don't know if you're looking for some specific examples of stuff, but basically,
was there anything that you really loved the trailer for? I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, there were a few things.
How about Days Gone?
How about not? How about not? I've talked about this on the website on an article, but I was really surprised by the new Zelda game, which was interesting because I've never really been interested in Zelda as a franchise. I've never finished any of those games that I've started, but I thought it was interesting at the very least for Nintendo to take this well-established series that they have and move it in a direction that's kind of more akin to other fantasy RPGs, I guess, like equipment can break, that kind of thing. And Zelda games have always had equipment and such, but just what I saw of it from the stream that they did seemed like, from what I know of Zelda as a franchise, seemed to be moving in a pretty, not entirely different direction, but moving in a direction that surprised me, because I've never known Nintendo to really mess around with the formulas of their more popular franchises. And an example of that would be the new Pokemon game, which looks great, but they demoed it for about 30 minutes, and it was like, everyone knows what Pokemon looks like.
Yeah, it looks like some Pokemon-ass Pokemon.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
It's the same it's been since 1998.
Yeah, exactly. And so it was refreshing to see Zelda come on after that. And maybe it was just because I got so bored with that Pokemon stream that once Zelda came on, I was thinking, oh, this is really good. This game looks great and it sounds great, and the gameplay is really engaging for this kind of game. So that was a nice surprise. There were a few things that I don't really want to harp on too much because we've kind of run this ground over previously. I think maybe just through the articles we posted on the site. I thought the Resident Evil 7 trailer was interesting. I have the demo downloaded for that. I still have not played it yet, but it was engaging enough to kind of do the same thing that Zelda did, where this franchise that I've only ever been tangentially interested in kind of got me interested in it in a more upfront, direct way, I suppose. So that was nice. I'm kind of interested in the Fallout 4 DLC that's like a theme park, because I'm really into stupid bullshit like that, and it looks good. So, we're like you said, we're a little over a week out from the actual streams at this point, so my memory of these is not like lock solid in the vault because of how busy we were trying to get all the coverage out.
More than likely, what sticks out is either stuff that you thought was bad or stuff you thought was good. Anything that falls by the wayside means it didn't. Like there was some indie game that I can't remember the name of that I played in the Indiecade booth, and it was interesting. I have no clue the name of it.
Yeah,
I kind of remember how it plays, so that's just how it goes.
Yeah, but that's kind of my E3 experience at an overview. I'd like to be able to say more about it, but Niall and I and everyone else was just so busy getting the coverage out that my engagement with a lot of the trailers was just surface level. What is going on in this? What's the news here? What do we need to put in this article? And then later on, I'll go through and watch through some of this stuff again. So that was my week last week, essentially.
Before we continue on, even though I know we've already ate up a lot of time, what is everyone's one game of the show?
Are we all going to say Gwent? Let's just all say Gwent.
It's not
Alright, Gwent.
It's not Gwent.
I'll say Gwent because I like Gwent, but I didn't get to play it, but I assume it plays a lot like regular Witcher 3 Gwent, so... And I've played that, but...
It's a lot like that, smoother, better looking, and supposedly with a very lengthy story campaign. So
interesting.
And they said they've like rebalanced it because in The Witcher 3, like it's a single player game. You get like overpowered ass cards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
we talked about that on the E3 podcast. So
yeah. I don't know if we need to. Because we already put an article up on the site about everyone's games of the show already, though.
You guys,
hey, not mine.
Yeah.
Oh well.
My game of the show
okay,
was Tales of Berseria.
So I've answered this question. So I'll flip the question on you three, and you three can answer it.
Okay.
So do it. Do it.
Tales of Berseria. That was my favorite game that I played at E3.
All right, John, go.
Dead Rising 4.
All right, Michael, go.
Like probably Gwent.
Okay, awesome. Great. Thank you so much for your input, everyone.
Civ 6, maybe.
Nice.
That looks really good.
But you didn't play that.
No. I mean, are we really going to like drive it down to things we only played?
I don't know.
I mean, Persona 5 was the best looking thing that I saw, but I didn't play that, so...
Yeah.
I had an appointment for Civ 6. I saw Civ 6. I saw gameplay of Civ 6. Like,
all right,
okay.
That's fair.
Okay. So let's move on to new releases.
Wait, nope.
Ooh.
Let's quickly talk about games we've been playing.
That's right.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, y'all go ahead.
This thing you remember how we played this podcast out before it started?
Yeah.
Obviously, I did not.
Nope.
So let's.
You did not remember.
I remembered.
It's only 2 games.
Okay.
Yeah, there really isn't a whole lot happening.
Yeah.
So.
All right. So I guess I'll go ahead and talk about the big game, or not big, but the one that people are talking about right now, Valhalla. Mm-hmm. I'm going to talk about that real quick. I haven't played that much of it. But what I have played is super cool. It's a game where you play as Jill, who is a bartender at a semi-seedy bar.
It's pretty seedy.
It's
pretty seedy.
It's in a rundown area, but it's actually a nice bar.
So it's not floppy or DVD. It's CD.
It's like 8-track.
See, I was trying to figure out how to make that into a joke. Thank you for doing that for me, Ryan.
No problem.
I think at one point someone describes it as nicer on the inside.
There you go. Yes. But all you do is mix drinks for people and regulate Jill's home life in a way by buying items and reading.
And you read a lot of dialogue.
But the dialogue is all super interesting, and it's just interacting with your customers, getting to know them, and figuring out what drinks they like, and then if you serve them the right drinks, you might learn a little bit more from them. If you get them sauced, you might figure out different things about them.
That's what I think sounds interesting about that game, is that rather than directing dialogue through dialogue choices, you direct it through, like, actually, like, what you're serving them.
It's not like that direct, even. Like, some drinks have optional alcohol, so then you can put alcohol in it a little bit, a lot. And then some of it is, did you make it correctly? Like, how many mistakes did you make? And then some of it, they just straight up order the drink they want, and you have to make it the right way. Like, there's no, I'm going to add more alcohol. It's just, no, they ordered it this way.
Right.
The one thing I really like about that game, because there'll actually be a review probably by the time this podcast goes up, and you get to hear.
Niall just finished it, so he's gonna write a review.
I really like the game. I like that you can't find the seams right away of like what is affecting my relationship with these characters. Like, why does this person like me more? Why does this person like me less? Because you're just reading like thing after thing of dialogue. But I don't like... It's weird to say this because I actually do like the writing. I also don't like the writing. I think it's funny. I think it's endearing. I think they construct some really interesting characters. But it's reference, like, fucking filled to the brim. Some of them are very, very, very subtle. Some of them are very, very on the nose. Like, there's a character who's kind of tubby, bald, and is named Art Vandelay, which is a Seinfeld reference, like a direct Seinfeld reference. And then some of the characters are a lot of the characters are overtly sexual, and they tend to be the female characters. A lot of talk of like breast size. And they play around with the cyberpunk sort of aesthetic and theming a lot. But one character is a robot who is purposefully staying, or purposefully not modding herself so that she can stay looking young, and she is very positive, like very overtly I don't know what to call it because she's a cyborg or a robot, but she's a call girl essentially. And she's underage. Like they confirm that's what she looks like. So there's some.
It's the anime air quotes joke where there's a character that looks like they're 12, but actually they're 40.
Yeah, like
or
it's
1,000.
I'm an ancient robot. I just haven't gotten modded to look older. So there's a lot of towing that line, and there's different lines that they get really close to. And then there's stuff where it's like one of the characters casually has a girlfriend, is a lesbian. It's like, that's nice that's not like pointed to and like look. It's just in dialogue normally, as it should be. So that game just confuses the shit out of me. Of like, I'll have an interaction with the character and I'll be like, wow, that was cool. Like, I feel like it just feels good. I don't even know how to describe it. And then you have like a character, and it'll be even an interaction with the character that you like, and then it'll be like, oh, that was weird, that was shitty, that was strange. There's a character, and this will be. I'm trying not to like spoil anything because the interactions with these characters are totally what it is, like the crux of it.
You shouldn't, because I do want to play this game.
Okay, then I won't even mention the other one. But there's another character who plays with like some more of like butting the line of like sexuality and stuff, and it's creepy. Like it goes into some creepy spaces, and I like it because I like that it's confronting it. But sometimes it's just, why is this being talked about? Like, why is this character this? Like, maybe I'll figure this out later, but for now, this is just awkward and creepy.
Sure.
I mean, working in a bar is probably really awkward and creepy.
Yeah, but that's like, sure, but
I'm not.
Here's the thing.
I mean, you get hit on, like your character gets hit on, and that's awkward and creepy. But I mean, this is like child sex is not like, that's not the kind of awkward and creepy I bet that comes up often in a little bar. Like, I don't remember that episode of Cheers. I don't remember that episode of Cheers. So
let me just say this to kind of wrap it up. It's an anime bar, so this is the kind of shit that weird ass anime characters who probably are those things would talk about, and it's like, yeah, those fucking characters, like, they're fucked up and they're sexualized in gross ways, and you know, like, I think if you put up with if you can put up with anime bullshit, you'll love this game, like,
Sure.
without pause. But there are plenty of caveats if you're really grossed out by stuff that the average anime nerd would probably just be like, oh yeah, I'm into that, you know.
I mean, I don't think
that's
any
the
amount
reason.
of anime bullshit, really, but
I don't think
I
that's
don't know
a
that I would
reason.
like it.
I don't think that's a reason to give this game a pass for that shit. Like,
Oh, absolutely
fuck
not.
no.
No, that's what I'm trying to. Oh, wait, you mean a pass is in like not play it, or a pass is in that it's okay because it's a good game.
Like,
don't get me
I
wrong.
don't think saying, "Oh well, if you're used to this stuff, it's just that stuff again." Like, we shouldn't get used to that stuff. We should call it out.
I'm not
and-
saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like you'll be able to look at it and be like, all right, that's fucked up, and move on. That's kind of what I mean.
Sure.
You know?
I just, it's, to me, it's like, this is a really, really good game, and it's a shame that that stuff's in there.
Sure.
Where, like, the stuff in Undertale, I know we give that game a lot of shit sometimes. The stuff in Undertale was just annoying. Like, it was never like, oh, okay, that's creepy. It was just, oh, this is a little annoying. In this game, it's creepy. It's downright.
Sure.
It's downright disgusting. Like,
It's but because it's all sexual in nature. Yeah.
well, not even like a little bit of that. It's fine, but like again, underage.
It's pointing out like gross sexual stuff. That's what I mean.
But I don't know if it's pointing it out or just like having fun with it. And that's the weird. That's where like I guess finishing it will help figure that out and like figure out whether
Sure.
it's that character's story goes. But man,
Sure.
Yeah.
man, when that just happens, it's like okay then. Thanks, game. Because that's what I wanted to think about.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I mean, we kind of dwelled on the negatives there a little bit, but I do want to just kind of hammer in that I do, like, I can at least say that I really liked what I played of it so far. I only played the first day, because I had to record the podcast.
Yeah,
but,
you almost forgot. You were lost in a world.
Yeah. I was getting into it.
It's good.
Know?
Yeah, no, I did the same thing last night where I started playing after we were done on this call, and I was just like, all right, I'll play for a little bit, and then 2 hours went by. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
I need to stop.
Jeez.
But yeah, I mean, at the very least, I can commend that game for its world building and atmosphere. Like, that is very good. Like,
Yeah, from the screenshots I saw of it, it looks great. Like the aesthetics and the graphics in the game look like I'm in love with them. But
and the music.
It's really good
Yeah.
music, and there's also a lot of little touches, like a lot
Okay.
of little things that are even individual to individual characters that will happen, where it's just like, oh, all right, that's neat that they did that.
and I just like the concept of it too, like being the fucking bartender in Blade Runner or some shit like
Yeah,
that.
that's what it feels like.
Awesome.
Also, they capitalize beer, so it's almost like a drill tweet. Someone asks for a beer, and it's just like, oh, 79 scalding hot beers on my desk. Don't spill it now. It's good. Like, it's so fucking
I think they
great.
capitalize like all the drink names and like other stuff as well. I've noticed certain things are capitalized, and I don't know why.
Probably
Well,
for
because-
emphasis, I
Well,
guess.
yeah, but it's like not even
I-
drink names are capitalized. Like other stuff is. It's like, why is that? All right then.
Well, I think it's because it's like a brand name now. Because I think, especially for beer, from what I can gather, like I don't know if you can just buy beer anymore. Like, beer is a drink that you have to create at a bar, so it's like, you know, it's kind of it's like a more specialty thing now.
Yeah, they're all cocktails. So and it is like you said, Ryan. It is emphasis of like, so you don't accidentally read over like the name of a cocktail. It's just like, this is what I want.
Yeah.
But there's little stuff like, and not to talk too long about it, there's little stuff where like it'll
Yes,
give you
please.
a tip at the end of the day, like so and so's like Jill is distracted. Maybe you should get this, and if you go and buy it, she'll remember the names of drinks and the orders when they give it to you when you start making it. And if you don't do that, she'll just say, "Wait, what did he order?" So it actually makes it harder on you when you make your drinks, which I didn't notice until like day 2.
Yeah.
All right, so let's move on to the other game that we wanted to talk about.
There's another
There's
game.
another game. What?
Yeah, Michael said that he had something he wanted to talk about.
I
What was
played
it?
a little bit of Halo Wars 2 beta.
Ah,
Wow.
nice.
Okay.
When you tap the right button, the right bumper, it's local units.
What?
But when you hold it, it's all units.
Yes.
That's all I have to say
Yes!
about Halo Wars 2.
Great.
More of the same.
That's all I have to say about Halo Wars 2.
Okay. All right. Let's move on to new releases, folks.
Please.
So who wants to go first?
I'll go ahead and go first here.
All right, go right ahead.
So, first up on the list on June 27th, 2016, we've got the Battle Cats Pop!
I hope your roommates heard that.
The Battle Cats Pop will be coming to Nintendo 3DS eShop on the 27th. It looks like it's been out for mobile devices for a while at this point. This says, the Battle Cats is a tactical action game starring different kinds of cats and their many enemies, including Doge and elephants.
Fuck.
Great.
And that's all I have to
Nope.
say about the Battle Cats Pop.
Let's fucking
Fuck
move
that
on,
game.
please,
Yep.
for fuck's sake.
Okay.
Michael, how about you take this one?
On June 28th, 2016, a new Lego game shall awaken. It's the Force Awakens Lego game. It comes out on, like, everything. PS4,
Yes. Yeah.
Xbox One, PS3, Xbox 360, 3DS, Vita, which is dead, and the Wii U. It's a
is
Lego
also
game,
dead.
and it's based on that new Star Wars movie. So,
Oh yeah,
So,
there
Rogue
you go.
One.
So this actually reminds me, I played the demo of that last night
Why?
Yeah, you did.
because I was bored. I finished The Witcher 3 and I wanted to play something and I didn't want to buy anything and I hadn't gotten the Valhalla code yet, so I just played the demo for that and it's weird. Like, I don't know, I played the original Lego
It's
Star Wars
a
games.
Lego Star Wars game.
Yeah, like,
How
no,
what is
let me-
weird
let
about
me-
it? You-
Let me say this.
Okay.
I played the original Lego Star Wars games, and there was like a sense of like they played fast and loose with what was going on. Like there was no voice acting. It was just kind of like, oh, we're gonna put you in this area that looks like something for the movie, and
It
then
was
you're
all
just gonna.
very like physical and visual comedy with the stuff in those games.
Yeah.
And that's still there, but they also follow the script of The Force Awakens to the T.
Yeah, they've been doing that since, like, they've been making, when they did the Lord of the Rings ones, when they did the Hobbit ones, they've been doing that for a bit.
I mean, I haven't played one since then, and it's just... I don't know, it feels so weird, like, just shooting TIE fighters out of the sky with the missile launcher, and then there's a little smiley face in the background. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm murking dudes.
That is, you were talking about Lego games. That is what Lego games have been for a bit.
I guess it's just weird.
I mean,
I
you
guess
were
I
doing
guess-
that in the other ones. It's just you were slicing a dude in half with a lightsaber, and he
I
fucking
think-
falls apart.
I think what John is mostly talking about is the fact that they rip audio dialogue clips directly from The Force
that's
Awakens.
also weird, yeah.
Yeah, they do that in the Lord of the Rings one, and it's like, wait, that man's a Lego man. That's not Aragorn. I know
Yeah.
better. That's weird.
Yeah, exactly.
And you sometimes hear the noise in the background from the audio clip of the movie.
Yeah.
It's like,
That's
all
my
right
favorite
then.
part.
Someone recorded this on his Walkman, and
All right, Austin.
Also on June 28th of 2016 is Star Ocean Integrity and Faithlessness, which is the best
yeah.
name for a game I've ever heard.
It's pretty good.
Coming
Yeah.
to PS4 and PS4. Listed twice
Oh, wait, hang on.
for some reason.
Okay.
I don't know.
it's a wiki.
It's a JRPG
Yeah.
from Tri-Ace. It's the fifth.
So, Austin, are you excited for this game?
Yeah, I'm really excited. I actually played that played the demo for it at E3, and it played well, which is good because the fourth one was kind of a hot mess. Yeah, I think it's going to be a good game. I hope so because I'm
cool.
reviewing it, so I'm going to play it either way.
Okay. Sure. And then my turn here.
Yep.
We got on that same day, June 28th, Zero Time Dilemma, which is the third Zero Escape game, is coming out on 3DS, Vita, and PC.
Nice.
I'm interested in that game because a lot of people tell me that I'd like it because I really like Danganronpa.
You would like those
But
games, John.
I still need to play the first two. But I don't know. As soon as I heard the Japanese name for this game, I was like, "Oh fuck!"
Yeah,
Because the Japanese game of Zero Time Dilemma is "Good People Die."
That's a great name. Almost
so
as good as
hardcore.
Integrity and Faithlessness.
I think that might edge it out, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Ryan, would you like to take this next one?
John, you know I'd love to take this next one. So on June 28th, 2016, for that good old platform we all know and love, the PlayStation 4, everyone's favorite hot rat turd that I talked about on the podcast a few weeks ago for a solid 40 minutes is coming out. We've got JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Eyes of Heaven dropping for the PlayStation Network, and I guess also in physical form. But anyway, yeah, I will just read the tagline for this game and move on. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Eyes of Heaven is a 3D tag team fighting game based on the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure series, and that is all I have to say about that.
So far.
More like Eyes of Hell.
Well, I anxiously await your review, Ryan.
You and me both.
Michael, why don't you take this next one?
Inside.
When's it coming out?
Inside.
When's it coming out?
June 29th.
Oh,
Really?
okay.
For Xbox One and PC. It's from the guys who made Limbo.
Cool.
Yes.
I remember seeing this at some trailer at some point. It's like a dude running through really cacophonous, I may mispronounce that word, really big spaces in like some dystopian future. This game looks really neat. I hope this turns out to be really good.
Sure.
Because Limbo was okay, so.
Mm-hmm.
Inside. I'm done.
Okay.
Austin.
Yeah, June 30th. Excuse me. June 30th, 2016. Neo Turf Masters comes out for the Android and iOS platforms.
Fuck yes.
It's the first game from the Metal Slug dev, Nazca Corporation. It's a golf game, as you would guess from Turf Masters.
Yep.
It's a port of the Neo Geo Pocket version.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never played that version. I don't think.
I'm sure it's great because the Neo Geo Pocket was awesome.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, it's a good.
I don't know how that'll run on phones, but
It's a good golf game. Like
yes, it is.
Neo Geo stuff
And then
is cool.
finally, yes, it is. And then finally, also on June 30th, we have Box Boy, which is the sequel to Box Boy, coming out on the 3DS.
All right, then.
Nice.
Yeah,
I hope they have another
that original
one.
game.
So they call it Box Boy.
Or maybe Box Boy.
Oh hell yeah!
Box.
Maybe
Yeah.
Box Boy.
Box cubed.
Fuck.
So is
Box
this
Box
Yes.
Boy
Box
Box.
cubed, box squared.
Yeah.
The possibilities are endless.
Boys Box.
Zob
Yes.
yob.
All right, folks, let's move on to news. There's only 2 bits of news here, so Michael, why don't you grab yours, and then I'll do mine, and then we'll move on to questions.
G2A.
What is that?
It's
A name that strikes fear in the hearts of men and everyone else,
Yeah, it
honestly.
strikes fear of indie devs who would like to make money.
Yeah.
G2A is it's like essentially like eBay for codes for games. It's a marketplace for games, I guess is the best way to put it.
All right, I see.
And it's been a place that PC gamers could go and get real cheap codes for games. Think like Green Man Gaming, but like really seedy.
Yes.
Not DVD, CD. That's called a callback. So recently, the digital developers over at Tiny Build, depending on how you pronounce it.
Tiny Build.
They probably pronounce it Tiny Build.
Tiny Build. Who
They're
actually
very
has
nice people.
I have.
Yeah,
a
we met the
Tiny
CEO.
Build. Yeah.
Tiny Build. So recently, Tiny Build essentially said that Punch Club, one of their recent releases,
Yes,
lost.
which I have played
Yes,
and is okay.
sure. They claim that they lost $450,000 thanks to G2A's unscrupulous nature. That's a lofty claim. Like if you're a marketplace and Tiny Build's not big. I mean, the word "tiny" is in their name, but they're pretty prominent. They did Speedrunners. They did Party Hard. Like
people have heard of them.
Yeah, they, or at least the games they've published. And to claim that a website has ripped you off of nearly $500,000 is a pretty large claim. And G2A responded. And not in a way that any PR company in the world would have approved of. So they released a pretty lengthy statement, essentially saying that Tiny Build is wrong. They do admit that sometimes unscrupulous sales happen, and they attempt to shut them down. They admit that at least 200 sales of Punch Club were attempted, and that they shut down because they weren't sure. They were pretty sure they were pirated copies.
Sure.
G2A says that they approached Tiny Build way back in March after Tiny Build or something. I don't know if they approached Tiny Build or the other way around, but they approached them and said, "Hey, let's deal with this." And they said to Tiny Build, "Give us a list of codes you think may have been pirated." And they reiterate that statement, and they actually say, I'm going to quote G2A here. G2A calls for Tiny Build to provide their list of suspicious keys within 3 days from the date of this transmission.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if they're space pirates or what, but that's the words they used. And I mean, Tiny Build essentially said, "No, like, we don't trust you. Like, why would you? Why would why would we send you a list of codes ever? And B, like, that's a ton of work. Like, we have to go through each code, and no other partner asks us to do this. So that's where it seems to be at now. G2A has always been, as I understand, a shady site. I know a couple people who are prominent, like PC gamers, and like some of them just don't use G2A, and some of them do, but are like completely understand that the codes may come from like bad places. Friend of the site, Shane McMahon of the site, Vince McMahon of the site, Mike Casamano once wrote about people stealing credit cards and using them to quickly like buy accounts for something completely different. But he wrote up a pretty lengthy story over on Destructoid about it, and that seems to be a very similar structure to what happens at G2A, where someone steals a bunch of credit cards, buys as many keys as possible with them, then goes to G2A, sells them at a really deep discounted price, and then just has nothing but profit.
Yeah.
But if you want to read this story, it's up on videogamechoochoo.com, the G2A stuff, and in there I linked to their statement, and holy shit, do they come across as jerks.
Yeah.
They essentially say things like the $450,000 number is too high because Tiny Build is using the full retail price and not a discounted PC price. Which, hey, guess what? Any other retailer, especially if we were talking about physical goods, that's how you value your stuff.
Yeah.
It's called MSRP. Like, that is how you value your stuff. Like, you could have a sale, but that doesn't mean that your game is worth less. It just means you have a sale. Like, it's G2A comes across almost as like some frat guys somewhere.
Just selling keys, making money, and they don't give a fuck.
It's not that they don't give a fuck. Like, it really does seem like they're trying, but they, like, instead of sitting down and let's respond like a company would, they sat down and responded, let's respond like two jerks who run this company.
It's like you said, they responded like space pirates.
Yeah, totally.
Like, give us your codes in transmission.
Yeah. So, that story, I saw that and I was just like, man, apropos of having actually met the Tiny Build CEO, like, I didn't even put two and two together that was him until I Googled his name. It's like, oh shit. But man, like,
and not to be too inside baseball, but that dude was, he was at, he was at these events, he was showing off his games, and that was nagging him the whole time, because he started sending out, like, PR emails talking about this, like, right after E3. So just imagine, like, being like, oh, hey, I have to show off these games. Also, I lost, like, $400,000 because of a bunch of stolen keys. Great.
I mean, I'm sure, like, he seemed really happy. He seemed fine. Like, he did seem like it was
Sure,
weighing
but,
on him.
you know.
And that's hey, guess what? Every publisher has to deal with that. Of like, because G2A
Sure, but, you know.
doesn't just sell indie stuff; they sell everything. So
Yeah.
I'm sure Valve is sitting on the sidelines, going like, "Motherfuckers," you know, because they're selling Steam keys in some cases.
Yeah.
And Valve gets a cut of those, but not in that case. So
Yep.
they're weird people.
So, speaking of garbage fires...
Oh, really?
Mighty Number 9.
Huh.
That came out.
Did it now?
For some
Unfortunately.
people.
Now,
For some
I mean,
people.
yes.
Did it
So-
actually?
Yeah, let me go through this. So, the game officially released on, was the 21st. And now, look, sometimes when a game launches, things go wrong. That happens all the time.
Yeah, servers
And
don't spin
it's
up for a couple hours, you know. There's a
It's
line at the
understandable.
GameStop.
Yeah, it's understandable when a couple of hiccups happen, especially for a game that has been in semi-developmental hell and just things have been weird. But Mighty Number 9's launch will probably go down in history as one of the worst. So the 360 version of the game, which is supposed to come out same time as all the other versions, as well as the Linux and Mac versions, were just suddenly told, hey, this isn't coming out at the same time as everything else. We're just going to give you a Windows key, and you're going to have to deal with it.
Yeah, I mean, they said they were going to give you a regular key, but that you got a Windows Steam key for the time being.
Yeah, you were going to get one when the actual version comes out, and they said that they were submitting the new build to Deep Silver and to Microsoft and whoever else needed to see it. But still, woof.
Yeah.
The PS4 version of the game had graphical issues for some people, and the DLC codes released through Humble Bundle were oftentimes doubled up, so you were supposed to get 2 separate DLC codes, and most of the time you just got the same code, or you got 2 codes for the same unlockable item. Instead of 2 codes for 2 things, it was 2 codes for 1 thing.
Great.
Also, there have been reports of the Wii U version of the game just bricking consoles, just fucking breaking consoles.
Great.
Yep.
It sounds like that this was rushed to cert because it was coming in hot. Yeah, that's the only way it would brick a console that quickly, is it was rushed to cert, and you can do those things if you pay enough money. And someone maybe should have said no.
So there was this. So right as all this news was coming out, Mighty Number 9 or Concept had a stream where they were playing the game and talking about it, and everyone was basically flipping a shit. And now this might be a quote from Keiji Inafune.
No, it is a
but
quote from his translator. It has been confirmed
this
that
is
it's
a-
not him.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a quote from his translator, which is still fucking crazy. I'm gonna read this verbatim. You can hope that if things go well, there will be sequels. Because I'll tell you what, I'm not getting my 2D side-scrolling fill. And at the end of the day, even if it's not perfect, it's better than nothing. At least that's my opinion.
So if you're looking to hire a new translator, I know that one that needs a job now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's upsetting because that game could have been good. It seems like that. I bet they might have ran out of money. They might have ran out of time. Like something happened during the development of that game.
Games are hard to make.
And you almost feel bad, but at the same time, just oof.
Games are hard to make, and that is a very good example of how even what seems like a simple game with plenty of money and plenty of time just doesn't deliver. Like that, like it is like people talk about, it's like a failure at Kickstarter, and like Inafune isn't as good as he thinks, and concept suck. Like no, this is just how video games sometimes turn out. So. Also, you should have seen his trash fire from like a mile away. Like it was, like we saw the smoke.
Yeah.
And then Sonic the Hedgehog tried to dunk on it because Sonic the Hedgehog has so many good games coming out lately.
Yeah, to quote to quote Chris Kohler, Sonic in the Glass House. Alright, so let's move on to questions. We have a lot of questions.
We have a lot of questions.
We do have a lot of questions.
Some of these are left over from our E3 podcast that didn't happen, but we're still going to answer them because that's how we do. I didn't delete them. I wanted to make sure that your questions, or questions, depending on how you pronounce that that word. It's not questions. That's not how you pronounce words.
No.
You can send questions to podcast@videogamechoochoo.com, or you can go to videogamechoochoo.tumblr.com/ask. And you'll sound a little something like one of these people. First question comes in. I haven't looked through these, so these could be like a week old and terrible. Who knows?
Sure.
Perfect.
DJ Trump's Hair asks, so far, what is the best and worst game that you've seen at E3 this year? And what is
I think we answered that part.
Yeah, well, we didn't say worst. And what is the best and worst food you've had to eat this week, which they meant last week. So,
yes.
What's the worst game, real quick? All four of us.
Days Gone.
Days Gone, John?
Days Gone.
The worst game that I played at E3 was Sonic Boom Fire and Ice.
Why would you play that?
Because I needed a fourth game on my stamp, and I kind of got shoved into that line, and I was curious.
There was a line?
Yes.
All right, Austin, what is your worst game?
Worst demo I played was Deus Ex, but worst game that I saw overall was Days Gone.
Worst game was Carmageddon.
Actually, you're right.
Yeah.
Never mind, you're right.
Yeah.
Ryan, what was the
sorry.
best food and the worst food that you ate last week?
Last week, I don't know, the best food, I got a big Subway. No, actually, last week I got Whataburger when I was working the chooch things over here. The worst thing would probably be the shitty chicken ramen that gave me diarrhea. So there you go.
Thanks. Austin, what was the best and worst food that you ate?
Best food was the flatbread pizza from the Ford's filling station that I got for free. That helped. Worst food, worst eating experience was that weird beef and bacon burger. Worst food was, Denny's.
John, I don't want you to spoil the IHOP meal you had. I want people to watch that video, the John Machanski experience, which is coming. But I would like you to share your best and worst food without sharing the IHOP experience.
All right. Well, the worst food was the IHOP experience.
Okay,
so
yeah.
just wait for the Machanski experience.
Best food.
Actually, no. Just go watch the Machanski experience. I'm not going to talk about best and worst food. I want you to decide that yourself. Go watch that video.
It's a bold claim.
Yeah, I think you'll be able to tell based on my responses in that
I
video.
could be able to tell by looking at what he's eating.
Yeah, especially that worst food bit.
Ooh.
Yowza.
Best food was probably In-N-Out, and the worst food was probably Jack in the Box.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sounds about right.
Jack in the Box was just not good.
It's always a mistake.
Yep. Horror Errors asks, what are you most looking forward to at E3 2017? Do you think we'll get a release date for Shenmue 3 or Final Fantasy 7? Let's start with Austin this time. What are you looking forward to next year?
Hopefully, I want to see VR go somewhere. I want to see lasting experience VR games.
Okay.
I want to see more of that.
All right. John?
I want to see more NX stuff. The NX should be out by then, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, it will be. Yes.
According to what they're saying. I want to see stuff coming out for the NX. I want Nintendo to fucking prosper.
I think you'll see more of that later this year. Not necessarily
Probably.
just next year. So, Jonathan?
That's not me, but close. I want to see your smiling faces at E3 next year.
You fucking creeper. Ryan?
I want to see the release date for Kingdom Hearts 3. That's all I want. That's all I've wanted. That's all I've wanted.
We're gonna get that Tokyo Game Show, dude.
That's all I've wanted since I was in 5th grade and Kingdom Hearts 2 came out. So,
and
there you go.
Do you think we'll get a release date for Shenmue 3 and Final Fantasy 7? I bet Final Fantasy 7 news comes before the end of this year, either at TGS, Gamescom, or at the PlayStation Experience. Shenmue 3, who the fuck cares?
Wow.
I feel the same.
Does anyone have like a differing opinion about Shenmue 3?
I don't know anything about Shenmue.
All right, then.
so-
I don't have a different opinion on Shenmue 3, but I will say Final Fantasy VII Remake will be Tokyo Game Show. I don't even know if it'll be this year. I bet that game's like a 2018 game.
Sure.
But Shenmue 3, I could see showing up at PlayStation Experience.
Okay. Anonymous asks, any predictions for what Resident Evil 7 will entail? We kind of already...
Scares.
Yeah, we kind of have seen the demos out.
Yeah.
From what I've heard, it's PT.
Yep.
Like it's what that would have been.
I watched my friend play through that demo several times. It's PT. It's PT.
Yeah, it's PT. Anonymous
Cool.
asks, with the onset of the partnership between Redis and Kojima, do you think casting celebrities in games will ever go mainstream? I remember us answering this, and we essentially said that it already has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, look
like-
at Beyond Two Souls. Like,
Yeah.
Willem
Yeah.
Dafoe's in a video game? What? Makes sense. Call of Duty has, like, real people.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kevin Spacey
Chris
was in Call
Maloney.
of Duty.
Yeah.
Chris Maloney
I
was
think
in a Call of Duty
yeah.
as well.
I think now it's definitely going to pick up a little bit more now that we've seen Norman Reedus' bare-ass naked butt on live stream at E3, but
Yeah.
that's kind of, I think that's going to kind of like break the dam.
I want to see
But,
more celeb
I mean-
butts in games. Like, come on.
I think
Yeah.
I think the reason you're going to see more of it is because of the face technology and being able to
Yes.
instantly recognize someone.
Yeah.
And image is everything when you're a celebrity. So convincing your agent and your manager and the studio who you have a 6-picture deal with to give you 3 months to go film a video game, they're going to go, yeah, all right. Or, let's say that company is a movie company also named Sony. And there may be a contract where you already have with Sony and you can go be in this game. I don't know. That's how business works.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're going to see more and more of it. Anonymous asks, and I think this one is aimed at Ryan. Since Bad Rats is getting a sequel, what other terrible games should get sequels in your opinion?
Well, I think the moratorium is still in place, so I don't know if I can honestly answer this question, but I would like to see a Deadly Premonition sequel. So, there you go. Maybe with the
That's not a terrible game.
Yeah,
that's just a fucked up one.
that's not a terrible game.
Yeah. I mean, okay, fair enough, but that's my answer, barring the other things I could say. That's a game that if a sequel came out, I would genuinely play it. So there you go.
I want to see Pet Sources 3.
There you go. John?
Where's the new Imagine Babies?
It's coming, don't worry.
Thank
Yeah.
fucking God. Come on. No more Just Dance. I need to imagine some babies.
So my answer is Kingdom Hearts. Anonymous asks...
Ouch.
Yep.
I felt that from Texas.
Good.
Jesus.
Anonymous asks... Okay. All right.
Huh?
Whoever is asking these questions, I don't want you to stop. I just want to know why. You can keep your identity a secret. I don't even please write it in again, and you can ask another one of these questions. Just keep them coming. I'm fine with this. I need to know why.
This is like fucking live on air Silence of the Lambs, like ransom note, please God, save my child kind of bullshit that you're pulling here, Michael.
So Anonymous asks, have you ever played Austin Powers Pinball for the PS1 and did you think it was good?
I have done neither. I have done neither of those.
This is, what, the third or fourth Austin Powers question we have gotten? And again,
so.
yeah. Do you? No kink shaming.
We might have to stop answering them eventually, but
No.
we're not going to stop accepting them.
Yeah, we will never stop. I mean, I'm not going to answer this one, but we will continue. We will continue to read them and maybe answer them. I just want to know why. You can stay secret. You can stay anonymous. I don't care. All right. Anonymous asks, are there any smells you associate strongly with particular games?
Yeah, actually. I associate the smell of blueberry muffins with the first BioShock game.
What?
Because the first time I played that game was over the summer, and I would get up in the morning and go get a muffin and then sit down and play that game.
Did you live above a bakery?
No, we just had muffins like
every
downstairs
day
at our house. Okay, Michael, you shithead. You go to fucking Walmart, you buy a 4-pack of blueberry muffins.
Okay, so I'm sitting here thinking you're playing BioShock for like several weeks. So I'm really like, there's a stash, like a pyramid of blueberry muffins sitting in your goddamn dining room.
BioShock's not that long of a game.
It's not that long of a game. It only took me like a week to beat it, and like every day I would get up and have a muffin when I started playing it. So to answer your question, yes, asshole, there is a smell I associate with the game.
Wait, don't get angry at the question asker.
I'm getting angry with you, shit lips. First of all, you act like this is a stupid question and I have a genuine answer, and then you put me on blast for eating muffins while playing BioShock.
Don't put words in my mouth. I didn't ask like this is a stupid question.
Your tone of voice.
My tone of voice always. Trust me, there's stupider questions coming. Don't worry.
Oh, I have 2 genuine answers.
Okay. Thank Christ.
I associate the scent of rainy evergreen forests with the Dot Hat games, those fucking masterpieces. Christ. Mm-hmm. And the smell of 4th of July fireworks going off fucking 5 feet away with Legend of Mana.
Cool.
Were you playing Legend of Mana like out in a field while people were celebrating 4th of July?
No, I was playing Legend of Mana in the RV in our driveway while people were lighting off fireworks.
You beat the whole game while fireworks were being launched?
No, but I still associate the smell with it.
Michael. Jesus Christ.
John, your turn.
I did beat the game at that time. I had been playing it. And then I beat it.
Okay, this is a weird one. I remember when I was a kid, when I first got Super Smash Bros. Brawl, I ate like 3 of those purple Pop-Tarts when I was playing it the first morning, because I had to go to school like right after, so I woke up really early. I ate a bunch of Pop-Tarts, and I played Brawl for like an hour, and then I got ready for school. So, there you go.
Nice. I smell the fear in Ryan's heart whenever I play any video game. I don't have an answer. I didn't have an answer when we asked this last time.
I didn't either, but I thought of one this time.
Yeah, I don't. The smell of airplanes is very distinct, but I have no video games for that, so. When I started playing Plants vs. Zombies on my phone, after having come home, I started, like, a part of me still smelled the plane. But, there you go.
Fucked up. Okay.
Anonymous asks, what kind of climate and temperature would you describe E3 as having?
Moist.
It was actually very nice.
No, yeah, it was nice while we were there, and right after we left, it hit over 100 degrees. So
there was a brush fire, and it was like 115. So,
woo woo.
Yeah,
I'm glad I left before you.
I mean, it was. I mean, this was before we. This was after we left. So, yeah, it was really cool, kind of rainy the first few days, and then just kind of was normal LA, 80-degree weather, 90-degree weather. So,
yeah, it was. At first, it was like I hadn't even left Washington.
And Inside E3 was also very nice.
Except in the Atlas booth.
Shouldn't have waited in line. Yep. Anonymous asks, what if Geralt smoked weed?
You know it.
He would look a little something like hipster Geralt from the Gwent poster. My high score in Gwent is 420, dude.
Yeah, buddy.
Next question. Tower Knight asks, hey there, people of the Interactive Media Express. Do you all have a particular franchise or specific thing you have an excessive amount of knowledge on? For example, I happen to keep track of all of the lore surrounding Bionicle and its original 11-year run. Okay, I have another request of our question asker here. Send me in a under 100-word synopsis of Bionicle, please, and I will read it
shit.
aloud.
Hell yes. Good. All right.
All right, Ryan. Are there any? I mean, I know there's so few.
You already know what the answer is to this is.
I know it's so few. You only dabble. You never dive deep.
No, but dear question asker, I am the fucking Frank Castle expert. I am the goddamn Punisher guru. So that's that. Mm-hmm. That's my answer to that question.
Yeah. And alien, you really like aliens and horror movies as well. So
yes, I do, but I don't like. Yeah,
would you describe that as like an excessive amount?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
My knowledge of the Alien franchise is about the same level of knowledge that anybody who had seen all those films and like looked up behind the scenes trivia stuff would be.
Gotcha.
But like, I'd say any amount of knowledge about the Punisher past a certain point is an excessive amount. So
sure,
there's the answer.
All right, John.
Pokemon. I know way too much shit about all those Pokemon games. I mean, yeah, like, I can list off pretty much the type of every single Pokemon. I can tell you, like, most of their movesets. I can tell you when they they evolve. I know good battle strategies and all that dumb shit. Like, you know,
nice.
I can tell you weird trivia about how a Pokemon came to be.
How did Pikachu come to be?
Well, they needed a mouse Pokemon.
Oh.
And they also needed more electric Pokemon.
Ooh.
And that's what happened.
All right, stop talking.
Okay.
Austin, what are things you know an excessive amount about?
Everybody's favorite internet gaming personality, Olalilia, also known as Nick Smith. I know far too much about that. Beautiful boy.
Okay.
I also know more than most people should about, I guess, the Fire Emblem games. In particular, I know a lot about how hit rate calculation works, which shouldn't exist.
That is a deep dive.
Yeah,
solid cut.
What about you, Michael?
So here's the thing. I occasionally dabble in stuff, and I'll get like into it, and then within like a week, I'm done. I drop it.
Sure.
And then I'd say twice a year, maybe 3 times a year, something hits me, and I'm obsessed with something for an entire month.
Yeah, I feel that.
And this happens every year, and there are specific things that I always come back to. Star Wars
Nice.
is one.
Nice.
What are the other ones? Game of Thrones. What was it, like 2 years ago, I think? Or maybe it was last year. No, it was 2 years ago. I read 4.5 of those books, and then last summer I finished the 5th book in a summer. Nice. Like in like the span of like 2 months. For a bit it was like Harry Potter, but I've since like fucking like I'm so sick of fucking Harry Potter and I love Harry Potter. Like I don't care how many times you go to Universal, I don't give a shit anymore. Just like stuff like that. Star Wars is definitely
I know
top
you
tier.
really love Disney.
Yeah, again, like right now I could probably like yeah, Disney's cool, but like in 2 months it'd be like, oh, I need to go back. Yeah, it's
Michael and I are the Disney World duo, if you will.
Yeah, the Disney Files.
The Disney.
Yeah,
duo.
that is definitely one of those things where I'm watching every YouTube video and I'm watching like behind the scenes DVD stuff, and yeah, it can get bad. It can get dark.
Sure.
But that's just something I do. Is I get a real deep dive on certain stuff. Like a couple months ago, I was interested in Gundam, but I didn't go like too deep. But like Star Wars, it's I'm reading novels and comic books and anything and everything. I'm reading wiki pages. Like, that's how bad it gets. No one should do that.
It's real easy to get sucked into the Gundam hole. So congrats for not getting too deep in there.
I want to get sucked in the Gundam hole.
Oh hell yeah!
All right, last question comes from Anonymous, and they ask, what are your favorite systems to play on? Do you have a preference? If you were offered a multi-platform game on any system of your choosing, do you know what you'd pick? So I think this is like multifaceted, so I'll ask this in a multifaceted way. What is your favorite system to actually play on? Like whole hog, from purchasing the game to installing the game to, you know, keeping the system up and running because this PC can be weird, to like the controller, anything and everything. What is your favorite system to play on?
Jeez, I'm going to kind of tackle this from all sides because I don't really have too much of like a solid answer for this. If I have the option and the ability, I will almost always get stuff on PC because I just prefer that, but my PC is not strong enough to run a lot of the current gen stuff that's coming out, so I split my time these days between the PC and the PS4, and I don't know, I think the PS4 probably has my favorite controller. I like the PS4 controller a lot, but this shouldn't be that difficult of a question, but I'm not really sure I have that much of an answer for it.
You don't have to have a, you know, I mean, if you want to say both, that's fine.
Yeah, and if I had to give like an answer that was like my all-time favorite console in general, that'd be the PlayStation. That was what I was going to
ask next.
Yeah, that'd be the PlayStation 2.
Okay.
So, there you go.
Austin.
In general, I'll purchase things on PC to play them.
Mm-hmm.
If A, it's available, and B, the PC version is not, you know, if it's not being released by somebody who notoriously puts out bad PC ports or PC versions.
Sure.
So not a Warner Brothers game, got it.
Right. Or a Koei Tecmo game, God. But my favorite console to play on generally would be the PS4.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
I like the controller a lot. I like the interface. I think it works well. I like the PS4 a lot.
And what's your favorite console of all time?
I'm going to go with Ryan here and say the PS2.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Get some young men on the show. John.
Look, I had some great experiences with that clunky thing.
Sure.
I pretty much exclusively play things on the PS4 unless it's like a Nintendo thing.
Exclusive.
I mean, I also really, really like the Vita. I know that it's a good console. One. I know, but like if there's an indie game and it's something cross-platform or cross-buy on PS4 and Vita, I'll play it on Vita. My PC can't really run much. I bought my PC a long time ago, so I can't play much other than some standard indie stuff, you know. I can't really run anything much higher than that. So, you know, I just use my PS4. Favorite console of all time, though?
All time. All time.
I mean, Super Nintendo.
All right then. I like.
How about you, Michael?
Yeah, I really like the Xbox. A lot of my friends are there. I think since they've updated it the menus, the interface is a lot better than the PS4. Like the PS4, turning that on, it's just like, oh, this interface still has all the same problems I had with it when I first got this at launch. Whereas the Xbox is like, okay, well, there's like 2 problems they still haven't fixed, but they've introduced a whole set of other problems that don't bother me as much because I've only been bothering me for 6 months instead of like several years. So yeah, and then the PS4, just like the loud beep when you turn it on, and I feel like I hear that fan more. It's just a lot of little things with the PS4 that I wish. And the PS4 has always been notorious, or Sony's always been notorious for like slow to update their console. So. Or drastically update. So, and the Xbox just does more that I want it to do. I can stream movies to it. I can do all kinds of stuff with it. So,
sure.
But my PC is great. Like I'm almost always on it. Being able to play a game while also being Skype or on Slack or watching Twitter, like multitasking, is great. Whenever I eventually upgrade this thing, I want to do dual monitoring. Or dual monitor and just play a game while having everything else open on the side. That would be ideal. Or at least set up my room so I don't have to turn to look at my TV. That I guess it would be smarter. But
yeah. I
so
have
like,
both of those same problems.
Yeah, and it's just a restriction of the room I'm in right now. But
Yeah.
Yeah, like they serve different purposes, but if you said here is a multi-platform game, it's on PC, Xbox One, PS4, I would say just give me it for the Xbox One so I get those hot achievements. Achievements.
I don't know why I still buy all my games on PC, because I find it really difficult to get engrossed in a game on my PC.
It's a lot of distractions.
Yeah, well, I have this urge to like tab out and take a look at Twitter real quick that I don't get if I'm laying on my bed looking at the TV playing the PlayStation or
that's
the Wii
also
U
why
or whatever.
Yeah, that's also why I like playing on my console, is because it is separate and I can focus more on it.
Yeah.
And all time, like, it's the Super Nintendo. I don't know what you guys are talking about. It's the greatest games of all time. You just fucking put this thing in there and it loads right away. There's no loading.
Cartridges are great.
Let's go. Super Nintendo, greatest one of all time. You can send questions in like that to podcast@videogamechoochoo.com if you like that email, or if you just like sending in anonymous questions about Austin Powers, you can go to videogamechoochoo.com.tumblr.something, videogamechoochoo.tumblr.com/ask. And you'll sound like those people.
Probably.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes,
maybe, I don't know.
I mean, I kind of hope that they don't sound like those people. They're just going to be talking about fucking Austin Powers and Bionicle.
What,
Hey,
dude, I want to hear.
Bionicle is a pure, wholesome thing.
Yeah.
And I, for one, would love to have more questions about it on this podcast.
Listen, we're gonna find out about that next week. Okay.
I mean,
we're gonna find out how pure Bionicle
would you rather have Bionicle and Austin Powers games like questions, or would you rather have Croc Stick questions? Because we can go back to that.
Oh, I welcome Austin Powers and Bionicle with open arms. I love you folks so much.
Valid.
Thank you so much.
Things on video game characters.
All right, so let's wrap this podcast up here. Thank you so much for listening to this
You're welcome.
mess. I really want to get back to Valhalla.
Fuck
I'll send you to Valhalla.
Thanks. Get out.
I'll send you to Valhalla.
Fuck all y'all. No, really, thanks so much. Again, I'm going to say this one last time. Thank you so much to everyone who helped us go to E3. Special thanks to Mike Casamano for, lodging us. Thanks to everyone who hung out with us. Thanks to the Giant Bomb crew for letting us hang out with them for a bit.
Right, that happened.
Yeah, that was neat.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? It's thanks all y'all at home for listening and helping us have our most successful E3 yet.
Hey, yeah. Hell yeah.
And I hope next year it'll be even better.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll see you next week for another episode of the Video Game Choo Choo podcast.
On the other side.
Do you think Croc and Gex would make out?